Hi there, this is Solitary Ronan from Solitary Ronan Films, and welcome to a response to Neil's movie channel. He did a video about the New York Times 100 greatest films of the 21st century, but he then put his own favourite 150, whittled that down to his favourite 100, and then put that into a randomizer to see what would come up with. So I stupidly have dug out my 100 favourite films of the 21st century and I put them into a randomizer, and it came up with a ranking. Now obviously this isn't the ranking that I would have come up with, but it does save you the work of putting that ranking together. Granted, it doesn't save you the work of taking them all out of the shelves, but I'll get my cats to put them all back once I've shot this video. So I'm not going to go into detail about the films, but here are the rankings of my favourite 100 films of the 21st century. I know I'm not too big a fan of recent films just because I've got so much unrecent films to watch, but there's actually some films that are fairly recent, which is shocking. So at 100 is the Spanish time travel film Time Crimes, which is wonderful. This has been on my DVD to Blu-ray wish list for so long. Umbrella is actually doing quite a lot of my DVD to Blu-ray wish lists. So that's Time Crimes. If you hadn't seen it, it's a wonderful, nasty little time travel film. 99, to prove that my 100 list won't be the same as anybody's, let alone the New York Times. Jan Svankmeyer's Surviving Life. I've done a video on the channel about this film if you want to check that out. 98, a bit low, Takeshi Kitano's Dolls. Probably the best film without Kitano in it. Of his films, I mean. 97, crowd favourite The Mist. One of the most hilarious endings of all time. Number 96, Endless Poetry, the second part of Jodorowsky's biopic by Jodorowsky. 95 is a film that I should hate, but I don't. It's Hello Junichi by Katsuhito Ishii. A film about a young boy who forms a band, and yeah, I should absolutely hate it, but it's kind of wonderful. At 94, if I was doing my own ranking, this would be in the top 5 probably. The Dardennes, 2 Days, 1 Night with Marion Cotillard. It's a true masterpiece without any irony. 93, I Saw the Devil, nasty, brutal Korean fun. 92, Holy Spider, nasty, brutal Iranian fun, loosely based on an Iranian serial killer. I've done a video for this on the channel as well. 91, a bit low, Jim Jarmusch's Only Lovers Left Alive. A bit low at 90, Cronenberg's Crimes of the Future. At 89, Mark Jenkins' Bait. At 88, The Maiden Heist, or The Heist. Just good clean fun with Christopher Walken, Morgan Freeman and William H. Macy, and This really is completely inappropriate to the nature of the film, but they had to sell it somehow. But it's really not like that at all. 87, again, this would be a film that would be in the top 5. Vito by Tsukamoto, this might be number 1. Number 86, a lovely little Austrian film, Goodnight Mommy, or Ich. Lovely cockroach action there. This is another lovely umbrella. 85, probably a bit low as well, Memories of Murder, Bong Joon-ho. 84, a recent watch, did a video on this as well, Women in the Photographs. 83, loosely based on a true story, The Captain, about a young boy who finds a officer's outfit and pretends to be a captain near the end of World War II. 82, Lee Chang-dong, Secret Sunshine, another happy-go-lucky story about a person where everything goes right. Number 81, Lanthimos' Killing of a Sacred Deer, another wonderful performance by Colin Farrell. Again, a little low at 80, Tsukamoto again, Shadow of Fire. Perhaps a low as well, number 79, Coen Brothers' No Country for Old Men, which I actually saw in a cinema, if you can believe that. My favourite Lee Chang-dong, Poetry. I just love this little film, Slow West, absolutely gorgeous, wonderful modern western. It doesn't get talked about enough. That should be on Criterion 4K. Samsara, I prefer Baraka, but Samsara is still gorgeous. 75, probably should be higher for me, Fury Road, Mad Max, even though it's not really Mad Max. Number 74, Dread, another one of those films that wish to get a sequel, but I'm quite glad they didn't. Number 73, World War III, just a wacky Iranian film that you should really see. As a man who is an extra on a film about the Holocaust, and then through various reasons gets to play Hitler. At 72, as I turn the page, this is very low, this would probably be in the top 5 or top 10. It's Kamikaze Girls. How can this not be in the top 5 or the top 10? This random generator is just too random. At 71, Punk Samurai. Did a video on that. 70 is Lanthimos' Alps. Should have done a video on that. Not a big Ben Wheatley fan, but at 69 it's A Field in England, which features in this volume 1 of All the Haunts Be Ours from Severin. If you hear a big bang, it's just because my pile of Blu-rays has collapsed. At number 68, it's Lunacy by Svankmajer. Again, I've done a video on this on the channel. The title fits the film. 67 is Giuseppe Tornatore's Unknown Woman. 66, it'll be really low for some. Linda, 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 Everybody Sing Along at Home. This DVD includes the soundtrack. At number 65, there's some that I've just got in disc only and I haven't bothered to bring them out, but Tommy Lee Jones directed and stars in 3 Burials of Miquel Estrada, which is a road film, also a wonderful performance by Barry Pepper. Then 64 is A Bittersweet Life, Not sure how many editions of this I've got. It's not quite to the level of The Thing, but it's getting there. At number 63 is Toyoda's 9 Souls, and here they are. Number 62, a nice little surprise, this from Hungary, on Body and Soul, about two disparate introverts who share the same dream of being deer. Number 61, probably low for me, Still Life. Again, this is a deeply personal film. It could have been made about me if I changed career. Again, I don't have the disc handy, but Stephen Frear's Dirty Pretty Things, with a seminal performance by Audrey Tautou and Chiwetel Ejiofor, about the people who work behind the scenes in London and the immigrants. Number 59, just a wonderful little genre film that I love, Triangle. Again, this is an Umbrella lovely addition. Triangle's a lot of fun. I don't care what anybody says. Number 58 is complete nonsense but enjoyable, Brotherhood of the Wolf. Where are we at? 57, again, don't have the disc handy. It's Rogue, the wonderful little crocodile picture from Australia. And answers in the postcard in the comments, name an Australian film that actually makes it look as though Australia is a nice place to live. I think I've got like 51 Australian films and all of them are not a good advert for living in Australia. But please let me know if there's any Australian films where everybody's fine and nobody dies horribly and it's a good place to live. Number 56 is the wonderful Coraline. Should probably be a bit higher, for me at least. Number 55 is Kitano again. It's Achilles and the Tortoise, which I absolutely adore. Kitano laughing at himself. 54 is a recent watch. I did a video about this. It's Todd Solondz Palindromes. Actually got quite a few views and only one recent comment. I don't think I've had a video with so many views and no comments whatsoever. I recently did a video on this, number 53, Intacto, which is a lovely little Spanish film. Again, Umbrella do a good job on these Spanish films from the distant past. Number 52, Peter Strickland's Duke of Burgundy. Brilliant score, which caused me to buy lots of CDs. Number 51, it's Tsukamoto again. It's Kitoko, his mental health film. Number 50, One Cut of the Dead. Don't need to say much about that. Still never seen the US version. Number 49, a seminal film. It's Butt Boy, Assume the Position. Just a wonderful, wonderful film about a man who puts things up his bottom, including people. Number 48, Takashi Miike's Happiness of the Katakuris. Watch it with somebody who's never seen it before, or has never experienced Takashi Miike before, or never experienced Japanese films anymore. Number 47, who would have thought we'd get a 4K of this? It's Cronenberg's Spider, one of his most underrated masterworks, I think. I actually get rather a nice 4K. This is from France. Yeah, absolutely wonderful. Number 46, this is my film of the year so far, even though it'll be nobody else's, just because it made me weep. A Samurai in Time. It's actually from 2024, well, controversial. One place above it at 45 is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which I think took everybody by surprise, myself included, so much so I even bought a 4K. At number 44, probably the best of the French New Wave extremity, Martyrs. At number 43 is The Lovely White God, about a girl's relationship with her dog and all our relationship with dogs and how badly we treat them. Yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous. I think this was one of the first reviews on the channel that I ever did. And this will be low for a lot of people, myself included. David Lynch's Mulholland Drive. At number 41, again, I don't have the disc handy, it's New World, the Korean film, not the Terrence Malick film. At number 40, Sellout, my favourite Malaysian musical. I don't see that very often. Number 39 is Kubo and the Two Strings. Again, lovely animation style by the people who brought you Coraline. Number 38, Wes Anderson's The French Dispatch, which will be in the box set with Criterion, and they'll release an individual copy, which I'll probably pick up and replace that one. Speaking of Wes Anderson, at 37, The Grand Budapest Hotel. At 36, just gets better, another film that I wish they'd made a sequel, but I'm glad they didn't. Nice Guys. At 35, should have been higher, Dogs Don't Wear Pants. Man kind of gets through grief by having a dominatrix put a plastic bag over his head. I'm not making this up, you know. At 34, Takashi Miike's wonderful Ichi the Killer. Oh, beautiful, all about friendship and sadomasochism. The Dardennes come in at 33 again with Les Enfants, about a young man who sells his baby and his young wife isn't happy about it. Again, I don't know why. That's like number 32, another French extremity. It's Inside with Beatrice Dalle, starring as a woman who wants the pregnant child, you know, not the pregnant child, wants the child out of a pregnant woman. See, I'm not quite sure how that whole thing works. At number 31, it's Sakuran. Really need to get this in Blu-ray, but it's quite expensive. Again, starring Anna Toshiya from Kamikaze Girls. At 30, all the Sian Sono fans might actually be happy. Sion Sono's Love Exposure. Yes, it's the best one of the 3 that I've watched so far. Still too long, but kind of wonderful. At number 29, The Sisters Brothers. Really underrated. This is the 4K because it does look absolutely gorgeous. At number 28, Melancholic. Wonderful little Japanese film about disposing of bodies. Number 27, people might laugh, but John Carter, the huge Disney flop. I find it hugely enjoyable. Now, if I was ranking these myself, this probably would be number 100, but it's number 27 due to the randomometer. At number 26, it's Wes Anderson again with Moonrise Kingdom. Probably his best film that nobody talks about, and you could argue maybe the last really good Bruce Willis performance. At number 25, hugely underrated Miami Vice. I think this is possibly going to get a 4K relatively soon. This is both cuts on the 88 Films release. At 24, another film that's getting a long-awaited 4K, Master and Commander, with Russell Crowe. Again, this should have been a film that got several sequels, but fortunately it didn't, even though still kind of disappointed it didn't, just because of timing and people preferred Pirates of the Caribbean for some reason. At 23, Titan. I liked Raw, but I loved Titan. And Ducour now has another film coming out at some point, so I'll be fascinated to see what she does next. Number 22, it's Jodorowsky again with the first part of his biopic, Dance of Reality. Just absolutely beautiful, colourful, mad, as you would expect. Number 21, another Peter Strickland, it's Flux Gourmet. His wonderful satire about performance art, cooking, and again, sound design and everything in between. Number 20, Del Toro's The Devil's Backbone. That is my favourite Del Toro. Number 19, Serenity. When I first saw it, I wasn't that impressed because I'd never seen the show, but after watching the TV show, obviously you can't get through it without weeping. I am a leaf in the wind. Number 18, it's the Dardennes again, with a fee, or the sun, which is absolutely brilliant. At 17, my favourite corrida, Erdal. I can't say that with a straight face. Number 16, it's Mark Jenkin again, with Enos Men. Number 15, as Steve for Films pointed out in his 12 films that were missing from the New York Times 100 list, Incendie by Denis Villeneuve. Can't believe it's missing. Easily Villeneuve's best film and his last non-English film. Was that a coincidence? Number 14, Frank. Coca-Cola, Lipstick, Ringo, Dance All Night, Dance All Night. I mean, never has truer words really been spoken. Where are we? Number 13, Cronenberg's Eastern Promises. Really underrated. I prefer this to History of Violence, but it's just personal taste. Number 12, Lanthimos and The Favourite. Number 11, we need to talk about Ezra Miller. I mean, we need to talk about Kevin. Number 10, love this film, 30 Days a Night. Made vampires scary again. Number 9, Nightcrawler. Made Jake Gyllenhaal scary again. This was not fixed. This was random. Number 8 is John Sayles' Sunshine State. Even I, the John Sayles devotee, would say this is his last great film. Number 7, Korean film, Black Coal Thin Ice, which is a lovely little thriller. Again, this is not a fix. This was random that this finished higher than Linda Linda Linda. This is Swing Girls. I mean, look at that cover. Number 5, The Lobster by Lanthimos. See, it's a lovely romantic film about romance. Number 4, which is fair enough, Joshua Oppenheimer's just devastating The Act of Killing, which probably objectively might be the best film of the 21st century. Number 3 is Tsukamoto again. You'd have thought he's a really good filmmaker of the 21st century. Killing. Number 2 is Kim Ki-duk's Spring, Summer, Fall, Winter and Spring, which just rolls off the tongue. And the number 1 film of the 21st century, as voted by me but then randomised by a randomizer, is Dreams of My Life. The lovely non-fiction, fiction investigation of a young woman who died, melted into the carpet and wasn't found for 2 years. Another film that could be made about me, probably. So thanks very much for watching. Go over to Neil's movie channel and blame him for this. Yes, it was a fun exercise. Obviously there's some that finished in the top 10 that would have finished in the top 10, but obviously there's others that should have been way higher, others that should have been way lower. John Carter. But yeah, a fun exercise, but not so much a fun exercise putting it all back. But anyway, thanks very much for watching. Thanks to Neil for the idea. Yeah, go over to his channel and annoy him by subscribing and making lots of comments. So this is Solitary Ronin from Solitary Ronin Films, saying farewell.